Find the perfect ride for you today with the New Year New Ride sales event at Guam Auto Spot. Get behind the wheel of the 2024 Outlander Sport starting at just $22,995 or only $156 per paycheck. Visit GuamAutospot.com or call 671-478-AUTO.
Buy fuel, get Wendy's. Drive to your nearest 76 Circle K and get free Wendy's. Yes, free. Fuel up with $30 and score your choice of a 6-piece crispy chicken nuggets or a juicy junior cheeseburger deluxe. Fresh, hot, and packed with flavor. But hurry, quantities are limited and this delicious deal won't last long. So hit the road to 76 Circle K, fuel up, and get Wendy's free before it's gone.
Head on over to Cold Stone on this hot day for that classic soda shop feel, but make it with ice cream. Try Cold Stone Guam's new limited time creation or float today. That's the root beer revival creation with root beer ice cream, chocolate chips, caramel, and whipped topping, or go with the float with root beer ice cream, root beer, whipped topping, and a maraschino cherry. Only here for a limited time, so visit them at their Micronesia Mall and GPO locations today. Cold Stone Creamery, the ultimate ice cream experience.
It's me, Wednesday Addams. I regret to inform you that I have devised the meal of misfortune with Wendy's. Normally I'd be against this type of capitalistic corporate synergy. But when the other pigtailed provocateur said I could concoct my own Frosty, I melted. My meal is tribute to the suffering that awaits us all. It's pure torture for your taste buds, with 4 nightmarish dips of dread. Don't waste my time asking which ones you'll get. You must surrender to your fate. Enjoy the anguish.
Dare to try? Something new? Life's too short!
You gotta chill with the snackable drink.
Life is too short. Hey, you gotta chill.
Mogu Mogu.
Moku moku!
Good Morning Show with Troy Torres is brought to you by 76 Circle K Guam.
Good morning, my dear friends. It is 9:13 a.m. on Thursday, August 28, 2025. Welcome to the show. We're almost to the Burr months, getting closer and closer to Christmas, my second favorite holiday out of the whole year. My name is Troy Torres. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, and good morning to you all. So last night, we published a story that's the result of a couple weeks of information gathering, documents gathering, and pouring through documents, and essentially the stories about how invoices, files, financial records are nowhere to be found over the Department of Parks and Recreation related to a business connected directly to Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio, and that is Comfort Cuts, which since 2021 and all the way through August 8, I believe this year, when Director of Parks and Recreation Angel Sablan terminated the contract for non-performance, Comfort Cuts had the contract to maintain Tiguac Cemetery. I believe it's the island's only public cemetery, if I'm not mistaken. There could be another one. I don't know. That's the main one. If there is another one, then Tiguac is the main one. It's 30 acres of cemetery and land over at Nimitz Hill. And Comfort Cuts has had, and over the past few years, we've all heard the complaints about, how come Teaguak, the grass is so long? Is anybody cutting the grass? We did the stories. By the way, this was pioneered by Jonah Charfors, investigative reporter over at KOAM. All the credit for starting this look into the Tenorio contracts goes to Jonah Charfors over at KOAM. We're just picking up from where from her start. And so we started to look into it. We found so many different findings. These findings have led to a corruption investigation by the Office of the Attorney General of Guam, confirmed by Attorney General Douglas Moylan. And last night we published a story about how it is that as we have been looking through these documents, 2 years worth of purchase orders and invoices and requisitions and any other type of record, whether it be procurement or financial, or the correspondences between DPR and Comfort Cuts, have gone missing from the files of the Department of Parks and Recreation. So where it starts is on August 8, we did a FOIA to DPR and to other agencies as well, but we're going to start with DPR. We did a FOIA to DPR. We asked them for the procurement and financial records. DPR replied, to the credit of Angel Sablan, much more quickly than what is normal for this administration. This administration normally takes all 4 days, if not the full 10-day extension, in order to reply to FOIAs. Angel Sablan had his agency do it in 2. That disclosure of documents revealed what appears to be widespread overbilling, overcharges, overpayments throughout fiscal year 24 and even into fiscal year 25, what appears to be illegal activity. This is why the Attorney General's office is looking into it. But more jarring of an issue is that all of the files for fiscal years 2022 and 2023 are missing from Department of Parks and Recreation. Even more jarring, we did a companion FOIA to the General Services Agency for these files and for other files throughout the government of Guam. In the first disclosure by General Services Agency, there were no purchase orders that they found for Comfort Cuts and DPR for fiscal years 2022 and 2023. In our follow-up with them, that's when they found the purchase orders. They sent us the purchase orders for fiscal years 22 and 23, which confirm that the Department of Parks and Recreation and GSA encumbered, as in obligated, $49,500 each of those fiscal years to Comfort Cuts, knowing that the plain reading of the contract shows that the cap is $24,750 a year. It was a double expenditure for each of those years. Now, whether that money was actually disbursed to Comfort Cuts, that's why we need to see the paid invoices or otherwise the proof of payments that would come from the Department of Administration. But we would like to know, what did Comfort Cuts invoice? Because are they overbilling? Was there an attempt at theft by deception? And for those fiscal years. And so, we ask Department of Parks and Rec, where are the purchase orders? Where are the requisitions? Where are the invoices? Where are the correspondences for these fiscal years? Angel Sablan has not been the Director of Parks and Recreation for that long. He inherited this job this fiscal year, thereabouts. We are looking for the files that occurred more than a year prior to his coming on board as the Director of Parks and Rec. And so he admitted in an email back to us when we did the follow-up, they can't locate the invoices, the purchase orders, the requisitions, the correspondences. But thankfully, their ASO is able to go into the AS400 or whatever the financial management system is and to retrieve at least the payments to Comfort Cuts that were made in fiscal years 2022 and 2023. We still don't know where the invoices are. The government of Guam still has not been able to produce those invoices. But let me tell you this. Let me tell you how bad this situation is. This is not just an ordinary audit finding. I did a search through ChatGPT. I asked them, I asked ChatGPT, when was the last time a government of Guam audit from the Office of Public Accountability could not find invoices within an agency? 2006 is the last time. In the auditing world, and this is going to be a real big black eye on Governor Lulian Guerrero if they can't find these invoices by the time an audit happens over the Department of Parks and Recreation. It would be classified as a significant deficiency in internal controls over at DPR. I mean, I was in the government for a long time, in the Camacho administration and in the Calvo administration. I have never heard of missing invoices. That's just insane. Missing purchase orders, missing requisitions. I have heard of files not being, printed files not being in a certain folder that's marked with whatever, which in itself is an audit finding. But never have I heard that an agency was not able to produce throughout the entire footprint of the agency and all of its computers, either the printed or the digital files of the invoices, the requisitions, or the purchase orders. It's absolute insanity. And the fact that the last time this happened was in an audit in 2006 regarding missing documents in a credit card scandal or no credit card audit dating back to the Gutierrez administration. How many administrations has this been? The 2 terms of the Camacho administration, 2 terms of the Calvo administration, 2 terms of the Leon Guerrero administration. The government of Guam was doing so well. Not all the time with audits. There are findings here and there. There are material weaknesses, significant deficiencies, sometimes even qualifications in these audits or whatever. But in terms of being able to produce these financial documents when the auditors need to find them, like invoices, purchase orders, requisitions, things that show the paper trail, things that are able to reveal that money is being spent as it should be spent, public funds. These records have gone missing from the Department of Parks and Recreation. And this is we're just looking at comfort cuts over 2 fiscal years in one agency. What about comfort cuts and any other business associated with the lieutenant governor in every other agency? What about other businesses, not even related to Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio, and their invoices, purchase orders, requisitions, these vendor things that are throughout all of the agencies, throughout in the Department of Parks and Recreation itself? And could more missing things lead to a finding of material weakness within these audits? I mean, this is just such staggering stuff. Throughout her administration, Governor Lulian Guerrero has prided herself, and this administration really does deserve credit for stable finances, strong finances even. And though there have been certain dings in audits throughout the government in various different agencies, overall, the audits have been good in the Leon Guerrero Tenorio administration. The auditors went to DPR now, and they found that these invoices are missing, or anything else is missing, or whatever other hanky-panky might be going on or might have happened during the Leon Guerrero Tenorio administration. This is not going to be a good look for Governor Lulian Guerrero and the great record that she has had with finances and with audits, something that has been her strong point since coming to office. And so this is bad. This is bad. It's bad for the administration, bad for public trust. I don't know. Thankfully, this is being looked at. Thankfully, the Attorney General's office is on it. And maybe the reason that the administration or whoever might have been involved in disappearing these files and in promoting whatever has been happening with this Tiguac Cemetery thing and other issues throughout the government of Guam involving businesses that have inured to the financial benefit of Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio's family. Maybe the reason that this has happened is because no one has put on the brakes anywhere, either in the government or in the media or by the legislature or by the office of the Attorney General until 6.5 years later. Better late than never. For Kandit News, I'm Troy Torres. You all have a wonderful day. God bless you, and I love you all. Good morning.
We got that dynamite.
Find the perfect ride for you today with the New Year New Ride sales event at Guam Auto Spot. Get behind the wheel of the 2024 Outlander Sport starting at just $22,995 or only $156 per paycheck. Visit GuamAutospot.com or call 671-478-AUTO.
Buy fuel, get Wendy's. Drive to your nearest 76 Circle K and get free Wendy's. Yes, free. Fuel up with $30 and score your choice of a 6-piece crispy chicken nuggets or a juicy junior cheeseburger deluxe. Fresh, hot, and packed with flavor. But hurry, quantities are limited and this delicious deal won't last long. So hit the road to 76 Circle K, fuel up, and get Wendy's free before it's gone.
Dare to try? Something new? Life's too short!
You gotta chill with a snackable drink.
Life is too short. Hey, you gotta chill.
Mogu Mogu.
Moku moku!